told him, I said, don't overcharge him. $91. Damn.
It was empty.
Where's the key at?
Oh, I'll get it.
You're working with the Justice Department and DOJ in a way you never have, specifically with Act Blue. That was a story that I helped break. I believe that they are bringing in foreign money, their money, they're doing identity theft and fraud. And what? Tell me about your side of this story.
Well, that's one part of it, but it's just a part of it. And God's Five Stones is now going to be featuring this. And I'm in touch with the Justice Department on this. We have a whistleblower that we're bringing in. Here's what they do. This whole God's Five Stone investigation and our whistleblower shows that Act Blue has gone down to the border and they've made deals through the Biden administration that tie them to Honduras, and participating in Act Blue participates in the Sinaloa crime, cocaine, and marijuana trade. They're working with Communist China in the fentanyl trade, and Act Blue is deep into the child sex labor trade. So a deal was actually made in the Biden administration by Archbishop McCarrick through
Chanel, it's Jamie.
Donilon, who is the chief of staff for Obama.
Jamie with Chapman.
And Biden signed an agreement. They created this
not much, man.
agency for peace and one of these organizations flow money into Honduras. It was signed by the president and his son of Honduras. They were part of the Sinaloa drug cartel. And this was done in the Biden administration right before the border was opened. And there was this surge from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador of illegals that wanted to come into the country. That's where we got 300,000 unaccompanied minors coming across the border, picked up slave traders. All right, now the money from that started going into TD Bank. Actually, all three Canadian banks were involved, but TD Bank was the major money launderer. TD Bank got caught for using some of that money to go to election campaigns for Democrats. They had to use your identity because the FEC requires that donations be made by someone. So they had to borrow your name and social security number to make the donations, and you weren't aware of it. TD Bank's already been fined like $3 billion on that as a criminal investigation in the Department of Justice, but nobody went to jail. Now, what we have is shocking because it was a law enforcement officer in Tennessee who began investigating a drug smuggling operation in Tennessee. He found out it was also child bringing up fentanyl drugs into Tennessee by the waterways and the children. He identified the properties and the ways in which these assets were being distributed into the country, and the money was going into TD Bank. To get the money out of TD Bank, the NGOs that were sponsoring this activity bought homes. Buy a home for $100,000, they were being given loans by TD Bank and others of $1 million. At the highest level, the money, the drug money, the child sex money was coming into Act Blue through NGOs. Were buying $1 million homes, and they were getting $100 million mortgages, which of course was not the mortgage. It was just a way for the bank to funnel that money back to them through a mortgage scam. Okay, so the Democratic Party, NGOs that in turn with all this money fund Antifa and Black Lives Matter and other groups that want to destroy the United States, including groups that want to rig the elections. So the Democratic Party is tied into drug running, fentanyl running, open borders. Catholic Church is involved in setting it up and brokering the deal through Pope Francis, involved in pedophilia, child sex trade. participation in the fentanyl trade, the drug trade, the Sinaloa cartel, and child sex trade. I mean, which is horrible. I mean, anyone who would abuse a child, and sex trade meaning even sex with infants, or seized for this purpose. Okay, so it's a shocking story. But what the investigator, who's the whistleblower, and he's already had one meeting with the Department of Justice, and I've been on the phone with the Department of Justice actually over the weekend, back and forth, to make sure that we're going to transfer all of his data.
2.38 pounds, Freon.
Yes,
sir.
Lexus and Nexus, which I've used, and they're very good sources for
No
doing
sound.
this
I
kind
know
of
I changed it over, man.
He's documented the bank loans, the mortgage fraud. Now, I caught HSBC in 2011.
Man, I changed this over.
Ring. They paid at that time $1.8 billion fine for being in the drug trade. I have all the securities licenses in the world going back to the 80s. I've created 2 broker dealers. I understand money laundering. So we caught them. There's no way out of this for the Democrats.
You're working with the Justice Department and DOJ in a way you never have. Specific.
This is the White House press room prepared over questions on U.S. involvement in Iran, then came to reveal Trump's timeline. When asked about her message from supporters who are anti-war, she answered with 4 words: trust in President Trump. He said he's going to wait 2 weeks to do anything with Iran.
Go ahead, make a rap for your naughty. It's a rap. Get the guap, spin the rack on your naughty. Spin the rack. Come through, give a dab to your naughty. If you really feeling good, spin a track for your naughty. Go ahead, make a rap for your naughty. It's a rap. Get the guap, spin the rack on your naughty. Spin the rack. Come through, give a dab to your naughty.
On the verge of victory, somebody in the military-industrial complex invents some escalation of something so that we can just go to war. The answer always seems to be, let's go to war, or let's support a war, or let's enable a war. And the bulwark to that has been the president. If we go to war, this totally screws everything up. You could see oil double. What happens to the economy of the world, of world GDP, of everything, of inflation?
Quit worrying about it.
Want that late text that I think I'm late text, man. You said that.
I don't know when I said it or why I said it or where I said it.
Wayne.
I said it though.
Wayne, come on, Wall. Help me out, Wall. Safe sex is great sex. Better use a late text. Because you don't want that late text. I think I'm late text.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chapman. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon. Stacy here. Just wanted to give you a quick heads up. During this open enrollment period, having Medicare Part A and B could make you eligible for extra benefits like groceries.
A war with Iran or not, America, if Israel is trying to, I don't trust the Israel leader at all. I don't believe anything that guy says, and I don't think that our soldiers should have to go and defend stuff that they start.
Chapman.
I'm not a soldier.
Chapman.
So I'm obviously speaking out of turn. I'm not even brave enough to serve. So there's that element.
Hello.
But that is kind of how I feel, I guess. And so it's like, yeah, when do I speak? When do I say that? You know? Because it feels like they're trying to push Trump to go do that. And it's like, who makes that choice? Does he make that choice? And then what do we get? You know, what's the win for us? We're just involved in some other thing while we have suffering here at home. So maybe something like that is like, yeah, should I even speak up? Because I'm not in service. Servicemen and women may be like, we'll do it, you know, and that's their commitment and their job. But yeah, I don't know. That guy really scares me. And
Cole called you this morning, man. This is Jamie with Chapman. Need to find out about that spare tire. Give me a call back. Thank you.
And I don't know why we support them. I don't understand that. I wish they would really give us a better explanation. You know, especially after the massacres in Gaza. I don't understand. I do not understand that. And some people say, well, you don't know enough about it. That may, and I may not. But it's like, can I still speak about it?
Nope.
Can I speak about how I feel about it? You know? Moments like that, like when do I?
I don't understand why they won't have a dam. There's a leaking. Well, they wouldn't have a damn phone number on here, man.
Tysonot's Tier 1 subscriptions, which means it's $4.99 per month. That's the highest.
Hey, can I speak to Jonathan in commercial sales? I can barely hear you.
Tier you can pay to be a subscriber. This is only his Tier 1 subscriptions. Could make him up to $3.6 million per month. Oh, wow. He streamed 10 times last month, which means he made $360,000 per stream. For 10 times.
Oh, is this Jonathan? Hey. Waiting on that phone number, man. You never text me that phone number to talk to the higher ups. It's ridiculous that I gotta go through this to get a damn spare tire. Yeah, well, I don't. That's bullshit. My other paperwork didn't have nothing about a spare tire on it either. I went back and pulled my other service truck. It didn't say nothing about having a spare tire on it. I don't understand how you gonna spend close to 60 grand for a truck and it ain't got a spare tire on it. And I don't understand why I've got to go through this, having to repeatedly call you to get my spare tire. Well, yeah. Well, like I said, I'm gonna bring the damn vehicle back down there, and y'all can have it back.
A month? That's ridiculous. I thought he streams like every day. He only does like.
The basis under which we won the election. Core GDP, and this is, you probably saw some numbers today. And I have to start off by saying that's Biden. That's not Trump, because we came in on January, this is a quarterly number.
All right, let me give him a call.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Numbers, and we came in, and I was very.
Hey, it's Jamie Chapman.
Yes, sir.
Calling down there. I purchased a truck down there last month, and we got up here and I had it out here on the pad, and we was looking around on it, looked up on it, didn't have a spare tire on it. It's got a place for a spare tire, so I called my salesman. I said, "Hey, Jonathan, where's my spare tire out on this truck?" They don't put a spare tire. I said, I don't want to hear that. I spent close to 60 grand on this truck, and it ain't got a spare tire on it. He said, well, you can call the AAA thing. What's up, man?
And can you use some brand new tools?
I don't need anything.
All right, thank
He said, you can call the AAA thing where they come out and help you. I said, how are they gonna come out and help me if I ain't got a spare tire up under the truck? And I've been going back and forth with him since I purchased the truck and found out that it didn't have a spare tire. Wanting to know where the spare tire's at. Called him last week. He said, I'm going to text you I asked him for a higher up, and he said, I'll text you the number. And I had to call him back today to get it.
Yes, sir. I'm familiar with the situation. Jonathan has talked to me about it, and the spare tire did not come with that truck. That's the way it was either.
Well, all trucks come with a spare tire. Every truck I've bought from y'all come with a spare tire.
Yes, sir.
And I purchased four. I believe I purchased 4 trucks from y'all.
Yes, sir. I wish I could help you, but it didn't come with it, and it showed it right on the window sticker.
No, I don't. Listen. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring the truck back down there to you, and y'all can sell it to somebody else like that. And then I won't ever buy another truck from y'all. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, so you heard what I just said, right?
Well, there's no sense in bringing the truck back here. We're not buying it back with you.
No, I'm going to call the 4 people that financed it, and I'm going to tell them that y'all are holding out on a spare tire. This is bullshit. That I've got to call down there for a spare tire. It's a brand new truck. It should come with a spare tire. It's got a plate for a spare tire.
Yes, sir, but it was not included with that truck.
Well, according to my dealings, it was supposed to be on there.
Right. Yes, sir, I'm sorry. It was not.
Well, let me talk to your boss then. Let me talk to your boss.
Well, he's not here right now, sir.
Well, what's his name?
His name is Dennis Kirsch.
Dennis Curse. You got a number on him? Can't believe y'all. I can't believe y'all would risk losing business from somebody over a damn spare tire. I hear you. You're sorry. That's y'all's money, man, not mine.
I'd be happy to do it, but it was not included with the truck.
It was included with it. It's a damn brand new truck. So what's his number?
678 364 3170.
And he's not in right now.
No, sir, he's not.
Is that his cell number?
No, that's his.
All right. You got a cell number on him?
I do not have one. Sorry.
All right. So you don't have anybody else there that's above you right now.
No, sir. It's already gone.
All right. Appreciate it. Oh, bullshit. Join the Discord. Come on in here now. Call the number.
Against everything that Biden was doing in terms of the economy, destroying our country, and so get the criminals out of our.
to be the most genius marketing tactic I've ever seen from a bar. We're outside Mankato, and if you're driving along 169, you see this giant sign outside the bar that says, free beer. All right, let's go. Let's pull up and see what it's all about. Wait a second. Free Wi-Fi, cold beer? No, that's just rude. Come on.
Yeah, that's messed up. How they got you.
Here is a brand new, straight out of the freezer, like we got it 2 or 3 days ago, 6-pack of corn from our local grocery store. And y'all, I'm not making this up. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not showing y'all no name of this company, but I talked to one of my uncles and I Googled it. He said the only reason that he thinks it should be glowing like this, and he's real big into plants, and I mean, he's been doing it his whole life, was in the business forever, but he said it's either got a chemical on it or a chemical in the ground. I Googled it, and it said the only reason corn should be glowing under a UV light is because of a chemical in the ground. And it said it is very toxic to humans and animals. Y'all, I want y'all to watch this. This is so crazy. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm sharing it with y'all.
They spraying on us.
We're not going to eat this. We was going to eat this. We've eat this brand plenty of times, but y'all watch this. Let me cut my light off. Y'all, these two pieces right here are not that bad. This one, yeah, I mean, look at that. But
that's magical corn.
Or this side piece over here.
Then you eat that shit, then your turds is glowing in the dark. And you ought to see that video of him in there doing that, where he's got that black light in there shining it on that turd that's glowing.
We just found out about it. Here's what I'm proposing. If and when Donald Trump wins the presidency, there may be a full-fledged investigation
Shut up,
into
Cash.
those
You
in
ain't
Congress.
doing shit.
Whatever devil's inside you, don't let him out tonight. I tell them it's just your culture, and everyone rolls their eyes. Yeah, I know.
So it's just not for me. Like, I feel like I could do that. It's like talking a lot. I can't mimic Whitney Houston. Anyway, Sabrina Carpenter, no insult again to her.
Whatever devil's inside you, don't let him out
Flying by that's Russia flying, Russia flying by a U.S. warship. Why would you let a plane get that close to you if you're a military ship?
If they were legal, they need to pay tax.
Life jacket on is different to escape from a pool at the bottom of a waterfall, which has a drop of just 1 meter. Whirlpool right there. Pulling it back in. Good thing somebody was there to save her, or she'd be dead.
Whoppers, dude. You got like 10 minutes or I'm gonna call the cops, dude.
Hey everyone, this is Spencer with SB Mowing, and when I was cleaning up this overgrown yard for...
There's way too much noise out here.
You're making too much noise out here with your weed eaters. Middle of the day. That's what it, say it again. How's that sound?
Like that, dude. Get the little loppers, dude.
Yeah, you get the loppers. Get your ass back down the street, Karen.
I have like 10 minutes or I'm gonna call the cops.
Okay, here's 15 for you. How about that? Call them.
Hey everyone, this is Spencer with SB Mowing, and when I was cleaning up this overgrown yard for the homeowner, absolutely free, a
Free
neighbor
of charge!
got really mad with the noise that my equipment was making and came over and confronted me about it. He told me that he had a huge headache and that if I didn't
Got a
finish
bad headache this morning. I've been drinking all night long. Slit small liquor bull.
Soon he was going to call the cops.
Call him, bitch.
Luckily, I was almost
I
done.
would be rude to somebody.
And so I finished edging, mowed the yard.
But I'm just different like that.
Real quick and got out of there. I probably would have had no problem with the cops, but I was flustered a little bit in the moment and just kind of wanted to get out of the situation. If you want to help support this type of work that I do, click that follow button if you haven't done so yet.
I ain't gonna support you if you ain't got the balls to stand up to somebody talking to you like that.
Like this video and leave a comment down below, as I love reading through them. And if you want to see the entire interaction I had with this neighbor and the full transformation of the yard, go click the link on my profile.
Click his link. Leave an air defense. She ain't got no drawers on. Why is that, Jamie? Because she's a whore. I'm gonna go get my haircut is what I need to do.
Where a woman killed her husband because he stepped on the floor while she was mopping. Has the woman already been arrested?
Not yet. We're waiting for the floor to dry.
We are here at the scene where a woman killed her husband because he stepped on the floor while she was mopping. Has the woman...
Friend, same disease. White people built everything. That's right.
Here is this is what happens when you have coalition building. And this is why it doesn't ever work. During the campaign, everybody was so gung-ho about, inviting people like Tulsi Gabbard and RFK into the party, and they said it was going to be great and that we needed to expand the tent. But the reality is, Tim, when you expand the tent, you have unrealistic expectations and you cater to people that have never really ideologically been aligned with the MAGA movement. And then those people come in and they try to hijack the MAGA movement for what they want it to be, as opposed to supporting the man and the vision that is MAGA and America first.
This bitch is a man.
We're witnessing a hostile takeover of the Trump administration, in my opinion, by individuals in the Democrat Party who are now trying to LARP as MAGA, right? A lot of these people that are some of the biggest critics online, they came out of nowhere during the last campaign season. They have very astroturf social media followings. Some of these people may or may not be being paid by foreign governments like Qatar, like Iran. We have seen that there are lobbyists that are now being paid, right? One of these lobbyists is a group called Luminate Advisors that is being paid to orchestrate interviews with the Prime Minister of Qatar and people like Tucker Carlson. So there's a lot of actual propaganda on behalf of Islamic regimes out there that is intended to undermine President Trump and his foreign policy. And I think it's important that we be honest about who's been here since the beginning, what President Trump's message has been since the beginning, and who's financing this opposition to Donald Trump.
I'd like somebody to call her out and ask her if she's a man.
911, yeah, it just took a surprise trip to DC. This very day marks the countdown to the end. After you watch this video, I think that you will agree. We had the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange basically blown up, but we also had hospitals blown up. We also had people being arrested in Jerusalem for reporting the news. Even crazier, we had Russian intelligence broadcasting that the US and Europe could not pick up, that could only be picked up in Japan or China, and they were able to take this video of it. 24 hours ago, ex-CIA came on this show and told Matt Gaetz that we were about to have a crazy, crazy hacking and intelligence hack that happened. Then I woke up today, about 12 hours later, and we have been hacked by what they say was Iran, where 16 billion passwords, Facebook, Google, Apple, everything you use has all been breached. And everyone's passwords are on the open market now. I wonder why social media would be affected. By the way, look into the new law in Texas that's being drafted about social media, because they're banning certain platforms that say certain things. And as if from a sign of God himself, like the Tower of Babel, at the same time all this is happening, we had their little starship just completely freaking explode. Now, going back to the arrests that took place in Israel because they were recording the war, maybe supporting people they did not want, and also the laws being passed in Texas, Iran's been without internet for like 12 to 24 hours. At the same time, I've been telling you guys the IDF was telling people not to record what was happening. And then they officially banned covering the news in Israel unless they have pre-approval. Remember, I was telling you guys all that stuff. I also told you how...
Okay, you in the car?
No. Everything is over there. I'm driving a Tesla, but the tire went out. I saw that it had a nail in it, so I was looking to see if someone down the road had like a plug or something like that, and I'll plug it up myself. I'll pay
You got car plugs?
Yeah, he got foot stop.
Yeah, you got car plugs?
Yeah. I wanted to see if you guys had any tire plugs.
You want us to sell you a plug? You want us to sell you a plug?
A plug would be great. I can do it myself. I'll be willing to pay you guys for it. If you had like a Star wrench or something I can jack it up with.
You know, we charge to do that sort of thing.
Yeah. I know. I just can't move it.
Yeah.
Because the tire's flat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We charge for like service calls and shit like that to go out and do stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So you probably ain't want to pay our rates though. We charge like $150 for a service call for the service truck to roll.
Yeah, well, I'll pay you up. I can do it myself.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just willing to pay you guys for a jack and a Star wrench and a plug, or something.
Say I charge you like $50. Come down there and plug it for you. How about that?
Yeah, that'll work, man.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
How you gonna pay? Credit card?
So yeah, I can pay a card or. Yeah, man, that'd be great. Keep me going.
Where you out of?
I'm out of Atlanta. I live right here in the city, man.
What you do?
So I'm a creative writer.
Creative writer?
Yeah.
ChatGPT's taking your job, ain't it?
No, man. It's gonna be tough, man. I've been at it for a long time. I need to plug my number in there or anything.
No, I went through.
Okay, all right, cool.
Let me get your receipt on.
Appreciate it. Man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I got on 20, man. It went from 40 to 30 to 20. I'm like, man, I need to stop.
Got that sensor on it, don't it? Tells you it's going down.
Yeah.
That's just, I hate that. Hey, we're gonna run there and plug it for him. Let me get his company name and everything. What you want the ticket up on?
You just put it under my name, Derek Clark.
D-E-R-R-I-C-K or
D-E-R-R-I-C-K. That's it. You guys are a lifesaver, man. I was getting ready to walk down here. I'm like, well, I'm gonna call an Uber.
What's your phone number?
478-973-1303.
And you said this is on a Lexus?
No, it's on a Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah. Tesla Model 3. Crap, man. These are some brand new tires. I just put the tires on there, man. Last week?
And don't tell them what them tires cost.
Man. It cost up there, man. To get them, and it just needs a plug. I felt in there where the air is coming out.
He's next to the air pump.
You next to the air pump down there?
Yep.
Yeah, he's next to the air pump. He's gonna head on down there.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you guys. Man, y'all having a decent day out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. I'm trying to rent this shop out.
Really?
Yeah, because we can't get big trucks in here. The doors ain't high enough.
I see.
And I got the opportunity to get another shop down in Fairburn.
Awesome.
But I don't want to lose this lease. I got this lease pretty good. So I'm looking to sub it out.
Yeah, man.
To sublease it if you know anybody that's looking for a car shop.
Yeah, definitely. Sure, I'll do that. You got a card or something on you, man? So what's your name?
Jamie.
Jamie. All right, man. Derek.
Nice to meet you,
Hey,
Derek.
good deal, man.
All right, man.
So I'll let folks know, man, that you're out here.
Thank you, sir.
All right, partner. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Steve Bannon was supposed to be at the White House today. Lunch with Trump. Oh, I should have waited for you.
Is he already in the shop?
Yeah, let me call him. He should have waited on you.
Okay.
Hey, you should wait on the man. Give him a ride back down there. Okay, he was looking. He's finna pull around here and pick you up.
Okay, great.
Thanks, sir. All right, Buck. Appreciate it. I figured you'd make him walk, Buck. All right. Later. West Virginia has been charged with 152 charges of incest and child neglect for sexually abusing his daughter for 12 years, which resulted in the birth of 3 children. Bullet in the ear. Oh, there you go. He's practicing for the Olympics. He's they don't have no pools over there, no Olympic size high dives. So he figured he'd go over to the local bridge. It's got a creek running down through there, or it might be runoff from the rain. We don't know. And he was gonna practice. Let's see how he does. That's about a 7.3. Because you judge it by the splash that comes up when you hit the water. And that don't look quite deep enough. Yeah, that don't look deep enough. Jim, you shouldn't be making fun of people like that. I didn't tell them to do that shit. You got these dumbasses blowing smoke rings like they're saving the world. Look what I can do. Look at your popcorn lungs from puffing on them, what do they call them things, and vapes?
Why is it, by the way, that this is always a one-way street? You know, that I hear all the hawks constantly being like, Iran said this, Iran threatened this. What about the threats in the other direction? Maybe Iran feels like they don't have a choice to not. So look, Muammar Gaddafi, Iran is on the list of 7 countries that are supposed to be overthrown. The U.S. government went and overthrew both of their next-door neighbors, invaded the countries and destroyed them after putting Iran on the axis of evil list when they had nothing to do with 9/11. And then when Muammar Gaddafi denuclearized, they went in there and overthrew him in the most violent, brutal way, was sodomized to death by a pack of madmen. Maybe Iran also feels that they can't get this one wrong. Why are we doing this? This is a country that poses no threat to the United States of America. And if you guys want to try to hang on the fence here and go, hey, I'm not telling Americans what to do. I think Israel should do it on their own. But that's just a fantasy land. They're not doing it on their own. They're doing it with our weapons, with our intelligence support, with our money, with us protecting them from a retaliation strike, and at least possibly with our president using negotiations to dupe Iran into thinking that they weren't at risk. I mean, that's what Benjamin Netanyahu says, and that's what some other reporting says. Maybe that's not the case, but either way, he pretended like he was afterward. So no, none of this is being done without America. This is about a regime change war. All of them said it in their own words. They're on record. Do you guys think Benjamin Netanyahu has been mistaken for 30 years, claiming that Iran is a year to 3 years away from a nuke? Or was he lying? Yes, my government is criminally responsible for the war that they launched. And the Israeli government is also responsible for constantly trying to lure my government into more wars. That's what I'm standing up against right now.
So the American government is so gullible that they just go around invading countries on the say-so of Israel.
Again, what a straw man, dude. Benjamin Netanyahu came to America in 2002 and testified before Congress that the U.S. should overthrow Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi, and the Iranian regime. This isn't a secret. He's advocating that we fight more wars. And I'm telling you that this war, which we do not need to fight, which is not in our interest,
Thumbs up
has
over
the
there,
potential to be devastating to our country, let alone the region. What is the moral relativism in any of that?
I
I'm not
explained
saying
to you
the
what the moral
Iranians are good
relativism
people.
is. One side wants to wipe the other one from the map. The other side wants not to have people who want to do that in charge of that country.
But
That's
Pierce,
the difference.
But Pierce, do you not get my... Let me just see. Pierce, do you get my point here? This is what they said from the very beginning of the war in Gaza. Israel doesn't want to wipe Gaza off the map. Israel just wants to retrieve the hostages and get it. But they are wiping it off the map. So why do you just get to have this standard where you decide what they want to do? I can't base it on their track record. We can't look at Iraq. We can't look at Libya. We can't look at Afghanistan. Evidently, as all the hawks can see, we can look at World War II. Everything is just like World War II. But it's not like the last 25 years of terror was. These guys have wiped countries off the map left and right.
Well, as
It's
you know,
what they've done. It's their track record.
Yeah,
Rudy posts about the storm. There's not even a cloud in the forecast for Dubai over the next 7 days. Dubai before the storm. Is he talking about the storm over here? A tire plug.
Tire plug?
Yeah. He's in a Tesla. Huh?
How's he gonna put air?
He's down there beside the tire thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So Bo's just gonna put a plug in and air him up. I need to get that other get that compressor put on Buck's truck. Alright, man, we appreciate y'all being over here hanging out for a little while. Gibson, you need to get your posse together, man. We finna wrap this up for today. Appreciate y'all being here, stopping by, hanging out. Cool time to be alive. You're getting to see. Look at this jackass.
NC is in deep, deep trouble.
Bill
They
Mitchell.
have no leadership. They have no agenda. They have no...
Diddy has thrown former President Obama under the bus, admitted Obama attended free calls more than 17 times. From video evidence, it shows more than 20 times he was there.
Excuse you?
No, I'm saying,
Transgender girlfriend almost got pressed for being disrespectful.
like, where did you find this?
Man, on Facebook dating. Excuse you?
Oh, Facebook dating. Oh, okay. Wait. What do you like? Go? Is this a man?
I'm trans.
Oh, you're trans.
Oh, I'm trans was your man.
Oh, you're trans. Okay.
I'm a human.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Woman.
It does matter. He's gay.
Don't matter. I'm a human. Feelings, emotions.
Yeah, you are. So what do you go by? Like, you go by a... Damn, I'm just trying to... Damn, you into men?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I mean, shit. My God, you talking about some money, bro? Man, so...
Wait. You into men, nigga?
So it's not like that. It's like, a woman is a woman.
Don't try to... You like to suck dick.
Is a woman who
You gay?
To be a woman is the one who dressed like a woman.
Whatever, that's a man. That's a man. Hardcore rappers. Go woke, go broke. Dunkin' Donuts. CEO reveals the loss of $1 billion since going woke. We're sorry, won't try it again. Too bad. You got this guy up here taking his shit. Somebody just go over and knock that shit off. That's just nasty. Trash. Guess what color he is? Don't even say it, Jamie.
So I already told you what we did when we briefed Trump on the originations. and
Shut
what
up,
we did.
Cash. You ain't did shit. Where's all the people that Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking kids to? We want to see some people that he trafficked them to. Y'all got that girl in prison for trafficking. You got a victim, trafficker. Who's she trafficking to? Let's see some names there. Can't see the names, Jamie. Why not? Because they're all high-powered, falutin' people up there, and they got dirt on everybody else. And you don't want to see me what I'm doing because I seen what you was doing, and we'll show the public out there, and then we won't be able to walk down the streets.
Can you imagine being the people they're going to drop in to go into there? And again, I'm just going to say this. I don't know why, and maybe this is being held back, but we know Trump hasn't been read in on a lot of things. The U.S. has space-based bunker busting.
Who is it, Gibson? Who is it?
Meteor gun technology since the 70s in orbit. It's called a decapitation system, is what it's called by the Pentagon. So Trump's saying, I don't know if our bunker busters dropped from B-2 bombers can get deep enough. What are you talking about? So I'm not for this strike, and I'm against it, but has the Pentagon not told him about the space-based weapons? He says, oh, we have incredible stuff that you can't believe. I know you do. That's not even in the class of those. They're not nuclear. They are 100-pound and larger, depleted uranium, jacketed in special armor-piercing alloy that accelerate through the gravity well past 35,000 miles an hour and can destroy bunkers over a mile under solid rock.
Who is it, Gibson? You can tell me.
The bunker busters that aren't classified you're seeing on screen can destroy targets up to a half mile.
Chapman.
But you got to drop a bunker.
Hey. You can't find a blade? Can't find a boat. Looks like y'all gonna have to be doing it by hand then. What?
Bunch of them on it.
Yep. Well, I would charge whoever was down there around your truck.
So
I would just let them split it.
The reality is, if they have 20 B-52 bombers drop full conventional payloads on that particular base, it'll rattle at
Jody, I'm gone. I'm gone. I gotta go check on my chickens. Yep. Nope.
And destroy and...
Huh? What was what on the receipts? Yeah, it was like $15. You know, 25 on gas. I paid for the gas last 2 days. I don't hear that shit. I did. I don't want to hear it. All right, we'll see you later.
Break everything in there. The bunker busters have a good chance of the standard ones of taking it out if they drop enough on it. But they could fire. mRNA vaccine caused myocarditis. I did, but you just sent back a picture of a guy in a tinfoil hat.
Oh, then we're good, yeah.
Yeah, the first when I went to the thing, I got it.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do the already. That's fine.
Why are the banks closed? Juneteenth. New holiday they did 2 years ago. Okie dokie then.
I know, right? Pop up and truck. Pull my truck around. Please. Pull my truck around. And give me my keys to my truck. I don't want this to them. Please go get my truck. Thank you.
All right, we'll get your truck for you. Fat black girl.
Is it this one right here? Yes, no, it's a American problem.
Oh, she's upset.
We said Juneteenth was a holiday tomorrow.
I'm not.
You got that up. Yeah, that's one of the main proposals for Juneteenth.
I don't even know what is Juneteenth.
Exactly. Nobody really knows. But I think it's something to do with reparations or something.
Yeah.
Holiday for black people so they can feel good about themselves. Get your ass up out of here. He's got a hook in his mouth still.
In Doomsday Matt, they came out with a map that looks like this. Wow. This is America. They do like the whole world, but this shot is of America. This lady, her name is Peggy Bolton. She did some really fun research regarding the Doomsday Map. She compared with what this map looked like. She compared that to the land that Bill Gates has been buying. All
Shut
the
up.
farmland. He is the majority farmland owner in the United States right now. She took the map of the farmland that he owns and overlaid it onto this Doomsday Map. Every single dry land piece was occupied by his farmland, including California. So California is basically completely underwater, but there's these little pockets of islands. See those? That little one right there, that's one of his farmlands.
Yep.
Like that compared to like Zuckerberg, because on this Doomsday Map, Hawaii is completely fine. And she talked about how Jeff Bezos is also buying up farmland around the U.S. That all correlates with like these high points in America. Yeah. It's super creepy.
So we need to get a boat.
According to this map, we're good. We're almost at beachfront property, baby. It's perfect. Did it?
Flag has been risen, my friends. So another quick video on symbolism. As of June 18th, while most were distracted by headlines and debates, Donald Trump executed the most symbolic move in modern political history at the White House. Now, this is information from my friend FES, so stick around and key in with the symbolism here. It's huge. So there's a brand new American flag that was raised over the White House today. And it's not on an old pole. This is put on a very new, brand new, shiny pole. It's 88 feet tall. It is paid for personally by Donald Trump. Now, there's two poles that are now standing. One is in the north and south lawn, each 88 feet and each $50,000. And it is not government funded. It is a mission that has been funded. So this also is not a ceremony. This is not for campaign optics. This was literal 5G warfare, 5th generation warfare, executed in broad daylight. So if we look at the overarching symbolism, in traditional warfare, raising a flag to an enemy is claiming territory.
Yep, claiming it.
It means victory, occupation of reclamation. So in this 5G warfare symbolism, it is very, very strategic. And these actions override headlines, optics, and basically is becoming an information warfare right now. What's going on? So he didn't just raise the Capitol.
What's up with them
flag,
damn big ass glasses?
You know, on June 14th, on his birthday, on the Army of the 250th date, he raised a new flag on new ground with his own money. And this was a planting of the standard, a claim over occupied territory. And so this is really going to take you quite a few steps deeper if we really look at what the symbolism is in the Q drops. So if it's 88 feet tall, we go to Q post 88, and this is prophetic. It says 10 days, darkness, scare tactics, mainstream media. Now, military options is the next part. Operators in the US called the Great Awakening, Godfather 3. Q88 also references a sequence: Saudi Arabia, United States, Asia, and the EU. So military is in control and distractions are necessary. So the focus was the US today, right? We've raised this flag, but the narrative is cracking on Q88. Trump returns. Is that a coincidence? Not so much, my friends. We are witnessing a live operation. Now let's look at the Churchill factor. In the same week, the White House removes the MLK Jr. bust from the Oval Office and replaced it with Winston Churchill. Why him? Because he symbolizes wartime leadership, uncompromising defiance against global tyranny, and Western civilization resistance to authoritarianism. So this bust swap wasn't racial, it was not political, simply military messaging. Trump said, I was the hunted, now I'm the hunter.
He did say that.
That's a psychological transition signal from reactive to active, from defense to just strategic.
Them glasses are too big.
So the real message is the deep state captured DC from within. And what you've been seeing and is now on the front line is territory being reclaimed, piece by piece, not with bombs, not with troops. Symbolism. The narrative is in control. The war isn't coming, it's already being fought. And today, the flag was raised, not just for a movie or a show or a Q post, but as a signal to the enemy, to the world, to you. Do you see it yet? The Republic has been marked, the standard is planted, and the hunter has arrived. So, this is beautiful information from my friend, Alpha from Twitter. Go and follow him. Wonderful thread.
Thank you, man.
Question for the Israelis and the Indian bots too. If Israel's unprovoked attack on Iran is
so. First pitch to right field and deep. Acuna at the wall. He reaches up to grab it. A throw to first, and they're going to get the double play. Soto didn't know where the ball was. He didn't know what the call was. Wow, what a turn of events.
Muay Thai does not work in a street fight. Look, he can't pivot his kicks if he's wearing shoes on concrete. And his guard is so high that he can't sprawl for takedowns. So now watch what happens. Here's why Muay Thai does not work in a street fight.
Shelter for Jews only. Israel's preventing Thai and other foreign workers from entering underground bunkers. Yeah, that's our buddies over there. Coal mine collapse in China. That's terrible, man.
No way. That's a foot. 15 inches? Jasmine, your turn.
Y'all girls need to put them damn measuring sticks down. Let's get one at that 5-gallon bucket.
Know anything about this?
Yeah, I was taking over TikTok. Chapman. Hello.
Reese knows about this.
Hey Jordan, what color panties you got on? Say, what color panties you got on? What color?
But I don't think he gave us my resume, and then nobody responded. So, and then I tried hanging out in the lobby of Netscape to see if I could bump into someone, but I was too shy to talk to anyone. So I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. So I'll just write software myself and see how it goes. So it wasn't actually from the standpoint of I want to start a company. I just want to be part of building, the internet. in some way. And since I couldn't get a job at an internet company, I had to start an internet company. Anyway, I didn't actually.
So you do that. Mountain goats are also known as Rocky Mountain goats. These incredible animals are able to climb extreme steep surfaces.
אני אמרתי כשיצאנו
We need to talk. Downstairs.
Yeah, no, hold on. Come here. Both of you.
What's going on? Why are you being so weird?
I just got a call from Bill Workman about a half hour ago. There was an accident out on 75. Shane got killed.
What? Just fun.
I'm sorry, son.
I don't even know what movie that is.
14 years ago that the Supreme Court said that the Second Amendment does provide an individual right to have a gun, but they said it was at home for self-defense. And ever since then, the court has declined to answer the question, well, what about the part of the Second Amendment that says keep and bear arms? What about guns in public? And today, the Supreme Court has answered that question by a vote of 6-3 in an opinion written by Justice Clarence Thomas, saying that the Second Amendment does provide a right to have a gun outside the home. Now, the law in question in New York said there's no right to carry a gun openly in New York, but to get a concealed carry permit, a person had to go to the county sheriff and show some special need, something beyond just a general desire for self-defense. And today the Supreme Court said that's unconstitutional. That puts a limit on the right to have a gun. So the Supreme Court says, number one, states cannot put these special restrictions on getting a gun for a concealed carry permit. Now, this decision obviously will have an immediate effect in New York, and it'll also affect the 7 other states that have similar laws: California, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Maryland, Massachusetts, and New Jersey.
Shall not infringe.
here is to make sure as things have happened in the Middle East, is not to have the conflict broaden. And so as I provide advice and we think about the approach we take, we want to ensure that we take away capability while we protect our forces, at the same time not have this broaden into a much wider conflict.
When you walk this fine line of not wanting it to escalate, what would you say to those people who are your critics who would say, look, they're not being tough enough on these militants, they're not being tough enough?
All right there, fellas. Appreciate y'all being over here stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. For y'all out there that's here, the rest of y'all can kiss my ass. What you think about that, Jamie? When we're gonna see him? Later. Hold up, that's a news alert.
And Trump privately has approved an attack plan for Iran, but has not yet given the final order. Will the U.S. get involved? Should we get involved? And what would it look like? David Burke, retired Lieutenant Colonel, is a Top Gun instructor and Marine Corps officer. David, great to see you. Colonel, you have some experience here. Although we've never dropped this 30,000-pound bomb, what could it do?
To blow up something.
Dinner. And yeah, are you excited for Elise or what? You excited for dinner?
I'm very excited for
Me too.
I'm very excited.
Not excited.
Are you ChatGPT?
Shut up.
Who are you?
Yes. Yes, I need to figure out if this is not working. It's not connecting.
Taking it to app.
Dinner.
She's a...
And yeah, are you excited for Elise or what? You excited for dinner?
I'm very excited for
Me too.
I'm very excited.
Not excited.
Well, we don't welcome you here. You know, we feel that you put fear in our community, and I don't think it's fair. You know.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
That's what we're trying to say. Okay. I live in Buena Park, and this is now good for my community. You want to identify yourself, and you're recording me?
Hello.
Hello? No? Maybe?
What's up?
Yeah, this is not good. You know, you're just scaring working people. You know, you're not looking for criminals.
Yeah.
You're not. You know that. This is wrong. This is literally wrong.
No, I put the word out. I ain't heard nothing yet.
After working people that get up early in the morning to take food to their family.
Yeah, I put the word out at texting people. I ain't heard nothing back. All right. Okay. Let me know. All right, let me know.
Do you want to see regime change? Do you think that happens soon? And what would the future look like in
Says
that
he
regard?
wants a regime change, war for Iran.
Look, I think it is very much in the interest of
bomb.
America to see regime change. I don't think there's any redeeming the Ayatollah. He is filled with hatred. You know, I'll tell you a story that's a little bit amazing. The former head of the Iranian nuclear program.
Yep.
A man
Shut up, Ted Cruz. You got exposed on Tucker Carlson. You don't know what the hell's going on. You're a puppet for the Jews.
Excuse me, what are you doing in the women's bathroom?
I'm sorry?
What are you doing in the women's bathroom?
I'm peeing.
Okay, but you're a man. Yes, you are.
You are
clearly
a
man, and you were just in the women's bathroom. Do you know how much money I pay for this school, and now there's a man in my bathroom?
Well, you should talk to the administration.
Oh, I definitely will.
Good.
But why do you feel the need to go into women's spaces?
Because he's a freak. That's why he's a freak. We'll holler at y'all later.
Need a better YouTube game.
All right, fair enough. But let me ask you this, Jesse, let me come to you. What is it that you think the big donors, which is what we're talking about here, what brings them back? What are they looking for?
I'd wait. I wouldn't give right now. I'd wait until you win the midterms, and then I'd give it to Gavin Newsom. Because you can't give it to a woman. They're 0 for 2 with women. And Jessica, it doesn't,
with money,
it doesn't matter. Trust me.
No, usually they handle the finances.
Yeah, in your house, do they? Well, that's why you're broke. You know, the YouTube thing, it's funny. You can't just put a blonde on TV and have it be a hit. It's not Fox, okay? They need to have a little more talent, Jessica. And Carville's saying the Democratic Party started the Civil War, okay? It's not all hits, Carville. You have to be a DNC chairman if you have to be wealthy, well-connected, and fun at fundraisers. You need someone like Terry McAuliffe. You can't put Shaggy from Scooby-Doo up there, who got humiliated by the Hob, who looks like Tinkerbell.
Guiding him through frosty roads. Truck is roaring down the way as he's counting every load. duty for the day. Santa's got the tools in hand, wants to make it home to play. Christmas lights upon the dash, guiding him through frosty roads. Truck is roaring down the way as he's counting every load. Carol Santa's working on the double, grease and sweat mixed in his beard. Hopes to beat the midnight hour, home with family so revered. Home with family so revered. Saint Nick with a wrench in hand, fixing up his big old ride. Semi-truck, not sleigh this year, needs to make it home by night. Carols playing on the radio, snowflakes fall within the light. Santa breathing heavy sighs, knows he's got to make it right. Carol Santa's working on the double, grease and sweat mixed in his beard. Hopes to beat the midnight hour, home with family so revered.
Chapman.
Reindeer resting in the barn.
Hello.
Elves off duty for the day. Santa's got the tools in hand, wants to make it home to play. Christmas lights upon the dash, guiding him through frosty roads. Truck is roaring down the way as he's counting every load. Carol Santa's working on the double, grease and sweat mixed in his beard. Hopes to beat the midnight hour, home with family so
Hey, also, this is Jamie with Chapman. We got another yard we're finna open up. Give me a call.
Truck is roaring down the way as he's counting every load. Carol Santa's working on the double, grease and sweat mixed in his beard. Hopes to beat the midnight hour, home with family so revered. Home with family so revered.
לצערנו גם נהרגו משפחות ששכלו יקירים. אני מאוד מעריך את זה. כל אחד מאיתנו נושא מחיר אישי, ולא פסח על המשפחה שלי. כן.
Chapman.
Knows he's got to make it right. Carol Santa's
Hello.
working on the double, grease and sweat mixed in his beard. This is how legends are made.
Are you serious?
Santa's got the tools in hand, wants to make it home to play.
Hi. Gosh.
Christmas lights on the dash.